Welcome back in. Welcome back in. It's your boy Mike coming at y'all, man. Week 6 as we prepare to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, coming off of a very disheartening loss to Philadelphia, 52-17, in which we just looked like we didn't even belong on the same field. And it's going to be a pretty tough matchup again this week with Lamar Jackson and company coming into town. Of course, we're going to see Hollywood Brown again. Was only with us for half a season back in year 1. And don't let that 1-4 record fool you. They have playmakers, on both sides of the ball that can certainly cause us some issues. But first, we do have a crisis in confidence as you see Rondale Moore feeling like he hasn't been as productive as he knows he can be. But, with the way that our quarterback situation is currently, there's just no way that I can promise him that things will go in a certain direction, especially considering that we lean so heavily on this running game. And unfortunately, defensively, we are going to be without one of, if not our best defensive players in Zaven Collins, who suffered a shoulder strain in practice this week. He is set to miss, and man, we're definitely going to miss him in this matchup against Lamar Jackson. Pretty good speed, sideline to sideline, has good cover ability, really really sure tackler. And Lamar Jackson is going to be the primary focus of this offense now in his 8th year, 28 years old, but he has not slowed down at all. The accuracies are very, very good. He has a rocket of an arm, and we know what he can do off of play action, what he can do off script, 96 speed, one of the shiftiest players in the league despite being a quarterback. And he's going to offer a couple of different matchup problems for us today. And Mark Andrews going to be his primary target, should be his primary target here at 96 overall. Now the number 1 tight end in the league with the retirement of Travis Kelce. 87 speed, as sure-handed a catcher as they have at the tight end position. Of course, him and Lamar in the same draft class. He has blossomed, and he's going to be alongside Hollywood Brown as well, who's going to be their number 1 receiver, also 28 years old in year 7. Spent just 1 year in the desert. Traded at the deadline for a first-round pick, ended up having him for half a season in year 1, traded him back, and we know what he did to us in his first game. We traded him at week 8 at the deadline, and we were playing the Ravens in that trade for Rashad Bateman. Hollywood had 3 touchdowns and almost 200 yards. Just did absolutely anything he wanted to. But now with a revamped defensive back room, we'll hope that he won't be able to have his way in that same capacity. Defensively, Roquan Smith. We have our linebacker, our captain of our defense. They have theirs. Roquan Smith, of course, acquired few years back in a deadline. It wasn't the deadline. No, it was a few weeks before the deadline, actually, from Chicago. And man, his speed, his tackling ability, just his presence overall, going to force this offense to be creative with the way that they, call their plays, where they attack the field. And Marlon Humphrey going to be a deterrent from part of the field during those matchups. One of the best corners in the league, still has very good speed. You see that 98 acceleration with the boost. Man cover corner, we will expect him to be following Rashad Bateman pretty closely in this matchup. Of course, the former Raven. And alongside him, you're going to have the rookie Enrique Drake, 18th overall pick in this past draft. And Enrique Drake has revealed himself to be a superstar X-Factor player, man, already here in his first season. And he should be a big part of what they want to do along this defensive line. Just 23 years old, 6'6", has really good size, rocking the number 99. And you see he's really not that great against the run, just 70 block shed. But at 90 strength, he is going to be able to cause some problems. And he'll be looking to get his path towards the quarterback after we suffered against a rookie last week in David Hackett against Philly. Now here's Zaven Collins. This is now going to be our 3rd attempt at signing him. Of course, his interest level is 0. He's asking for $15 million a year, and we have offered him 17 and an additional year, and he still hasn't budged off of what he thinks might be a franchise tag candidate at the end of the year. Just not sure that we want to wrangle up 18 to 20 million a year in a linebacker in a linebacker. But fortunately, Trey McBride is going to be back with a new contract. He's certainly earned it. We're certainly going to continue to have him be a good part of this offense. As you see a couple more guys over here taking a look, and Josh Dobbs, man, I mean, how can we not extend him? Obviously, he's 30 years old. He's no longer at the age where he can truly be a franchise quarterback, but he has been a godsend for us here. Myjai Sanders not going to be in the long-term plans, unfortunately. But man, he's done everything you can ask of him. He led us to an inconceivable divisional round playoff game in his first season as the starter, took over for Glenn Roberts part way through last year, and did not lose a single start. Led us to the Super Bowl, and he's going to be back with the team for the next 2 years. As you see, Trey McBride, 7 catches, 117 yards, getting a rare appearance there in the opening intro there. But here we go, man. You see Baltimore. They got their guys. They're locked and loaded, ready to take on Arizona in the desert. And Arizona, man, coming off of a heartbreaking loss. Heartbreaking not in the fact that it was close and that we ever had a chance, but heartbreaking in the fact that you can kind of just see the chasm between the two teams when we were playing that game. Philly started that game off hot, never looked back, and, had 30 plus points by halftime. It was just never in doubt. Head coach Mike White, quarterback Glenn Roberts, man, they're ready to go ahead and hype their guys up because this is not going to be an easy battle by any means. Let's go ahead and meet the rest of the team. At quarterback, of course, Lamar Action Jackson. We already know what he brings to the table. J.K. Dobbins going to be the primary running back with Tom Chandler at fullback. Zay Flowers going to be the de facto number 1, but Hollywood, we know what his speed brings to the table. OBJ here in year 12 remaining a top 3 option there. Jalen Tolbert down there as a 4th option. At tight end, of course, Mark Andrews, as we mentioned, Isaiah Likely down there as well. Ronnie Stanley at left tackle. Matthew Hannon, the rookie, at left guard. Tyler Linderbaum at center. At right guard, you have second-year man Derek Youngblood and Daniel Falele? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Justin Madubuike and Enrique Drake going to be those two defensive ends with Travis Jones and Terrence Patterson up the middle. At linebacker, Cal Malachi, certainly going to be more of a cover guy than a pass rusher, but he should get plenty of snaps. Roquan Smith and Trenton Simpson, a guy that we might have some interest in later down the line. David Ajabo, another edge rushing option. Marlon Humphrey, Gabriel Golson, and Rock Ya-Sin going to be those top 3 corners there. Decent speed and size there in the secondary. Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton, the safety tandem. At kicker, of course, Justin Tucker, we know greatest kicker of all time. Jordan Stout, the punter. And here's Justin Tucker to get us kicked off, man. Week 6. Time to get things going as Antonio Gibson fields it. And Antonio Gibson has some good blocks. Antonio Gibson has some open space. You don't see any Ravens in the picture. Antonio Gibson, he's going to go ahead and high step a little bit into the end zone. And Antonio Gibson starts this game off with a bang. We struggled to put points up on the board against Philly last week. This time, Antonio Gibson wanted to get his offense or get this team out on the right foot. And a long kickoff return touchdown, his first of the year, is going to give Arizona a quick 7-0 lead as Lamar Jackson and this Baltimore offense set to take the field. Lamar on the season, just 1-4, as a team. Lamar 969 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Averaging a hair over 1 touchdown pass a game. We'll see what he's able to make happen here in this one as they start off with 2 receivers on the right side. Lamar airs it out looking for his man. It's Zay Flowers, but instead he finds Andrew Stinson. And after giving up an opening kickoff touchdown, Baltimore goes out and immediately gives it right back to Arizona in incredibly favorable territory. I mean, no one could have predicted this type of outcome to start the game, but Arizona's offense now on the field with just 20 seconds into the game with an opportunity to take a 2-possession lead, and they'll start in the empty look as here's Glenn Roberts and pressure up the middle quickly by Roquan Smith. forces the ball out of the hands of Glenn Roberts. Fortunately, he is able to get the ball away, but it is going to be a 2nd and 10 as here we go. Roberts again pressured. David Ojabo this time off the edge. And man, that's 2 plays for Arizona's offense and 2 very, very good calls there from the defensive coordinator of Baltimore. David Ojabo does finish the job this time that Roquan wasn't able to on the last play. So now they're looking at a 3rd and 24. Already, not looking like a great offensive possession as here's Roberts. Aaron went out for Rashad Bateman, not quite able to get it over the head of Golson. They would settle for a field goal, but it's 10-0 very, very early on. As here we go, handoff to J.K. Dobbins to get things going for Baltimore, an 8-yard carry for him. Last week, 18 carries for just 52 yards, hair under 3 yards a carry. We're going to hope that we'll be able to hold him to similarly lackluster production here today. As here we go, 2nd and 2, Lamar again handing off to J.K. Dobbins, and this time Dobbins has space, but Jalen Thompson all over it. A 15-yard gain there from Dobbins, and we know that this formation, 2 running backs or 2 backs, 1 tight end, 2 receivers. They love this formation. It offers them a plethora of options as far as the run game and the pass game. 2-yard gain there leading to a 2nd and 8 and trips to the left as here's Dobbins again, already his 3rd carry of this possession down to the 44-yard line in Arizona territory. And on a 3rd and 2, you got a bunch look to the left. See Mark Andrews over there isolated. And here we go. Lamar Jackson goes left side for OBJ, but Jalen Thompson snuffs it out and hits him short of the line to gain. And Baltimore are going to go ahead and keep their offense out there on 4th and inches. Lamar dropping back and quickly hitting his man Isaiah Likely on the out route to get a first down. Keeping their drive alive, and at the 37-yard line, here's J.K. Dobbins. Had all the makings of a pretty good stretch play there, but Cam Wilhelm able to snuff that one out. Now a 2nd and 8 at the 35. Here we go, Lamar Jackson. Again, going back to this now 2 tight end look, and they're going to hand it off to Dobbins again. Lewis seen in there, dropping Dobbins for a loss of 1. So here we go, 3rd and 9, and they should be comfortably in field goal range at this point. Lamar airing one out. He's looking for a man, OBJ, but instead finds the rookie Amani Harris. Harris all over OBJ on that one. Saw it the whole way. Was able to get his head around, and just 6 minutes, not even, into this ball game, Lamar Jackson with his 2nd interception. And he's now 6 touchdowns, 5 picks on the season. And their offense so far looking relatively discombobulated through the air. Arizona now with an opportunity to push that lead even further. As here we go, their first true offensive possession. They'll start things out with a run to Ty Davis-Price. You see Rondale Moore picking up a nice block there, and Ty Davis-Price on the opening carry of the game for him, able to rumble for 31 yards down to midfield. As we mentioned, we know how important Davis-Price is to this offense. The running game is certainly a big fulcrum, big part of what we want to do. So now it'll be 1st and 10, Roberts under center, calling some things out, making sure that his guys know where they need to go, who they need to block. He's back to pass. Roberts looked like he had McBride open for a while, but instead decides to take it himself for a gain of 12. And the rookie Enrique Drake there. No, that wasn't Enrique Drake. That was Travis Jones there to bring him down at the 38-yard line. Now the fake to Antonio Gibson. He's going to dump it off to him. Gibson trying to get around him, but not able to there. Marlon Humphrey all over it. So now a 3rd and 8. Not much happening on that 2nd down. Here's Roberts setting up the screen for Antonio Gibson. And Gibson has some good blockers up front, able to sneak past that 1st down marker to the 26-yard line. 1st down. Now 1st and 10. Baltimore looks like they're setting up for a blitz. We'll see how they decide to deal with it. Roberts going to get the ball out quickly to Trey McBride off target. Marcus Williams likely had the leverage there, though, so maybe a good thing that it was off target. 2nd and 10 now. Here we go. Roberts going to hand off to Antonio Gibson. Gibson cuts it back up the middle, able to get a gain of 9 there on his first carry of the game. And on a 3rd and 1 here at the 16-yard line, trying to keep this drive alive. Roberts hands off to Ty Davis-Price, and it was a close one, but they are going to give him first down yardage. And as the first quarter winds to an end, this should be the last play of it. Here's Roberts throwing to a wide open Trey McBride, who was uncovered into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Already their second touchdown of the first quarter, and it's a 16-0 ball game pending the extra point. But Trey McBride, man, fresh off of that contract extension, he's going to be playing like a man possessed in all likelihood, wanting to show the team, show the Arizona faithful that he was worth the money. And that will bring an end to the first quarter with a good extra point, giving Arizona a 3-possession lead at 17-0. Baltimore just 39 offensive yards in that first quarter. But now they have the ball to open up the second quarter, and they're going to continue to hand things off to J.K. Dobbins, a gain of 2. Already 6 carries for Dobbins on the game. Lamar yet to threaten this defense as a runner. 2nd and 8. Here's Lamar scrambling to the left side, and he throws it to a wide open J.K. Dobbins. Jaron Kearse not able to hang with him there on the wheel route out of the backfield. Lamar takes full advantage of a defense that looked like they were counting on him to scramble out on that possession, on that snap right there. Lewis Seen fortunately able to hawk him down and not do too much damage, but a 52-yard catch and run from Dobbins sets up Baltimore in the red zone, and they'll hand it off to Dobbins again as he cuts it inside 2nd and 5 after a gain of 5 yards. Going back to that bunch formation to the left, Andrews again isolated on the right side as here's Lamar throwing into coverage. Andrew Stinson able to knock the ball away from Hollywood Brown that time. So now 3rd and 5. And if you're Baltimore, you want to pay this off with a touchdown. Lamar short, Hollywood Brown, edge of the end zone, man, right over that line. Touchdown, Ravens. And Hollywood wasting no time letting his former team know that he's back and he means business. This is going to be his first game back in Arizona since being traded. Of course, that matchup against Baltimore back in year 1 was in Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. So it'll be a 17-7 ball game here with 8:06 to go in the first half. And here we go, going to hand off to Ty Davis-Price, who again has space in front of him. And Davis-Price, a nice gain of 10 there. They're going to hurry things up. They like something that they're seeing. Roberts looks like he's going to change the play around a little bit. 3 receivers on that right side. The fake to Ty Davis-Price. Roberts rolling, trying to squeeze one into Rashad Bateman, but finds Marcus Williams instead. Glenn Roberts able to trip him up there, so he's not able to do too much damage. But the interception was it was a badly thrown ball. Marcus Williams was on that QB spy the whole time, ran with Roberts the entire way, and he's able to read the eyes, saw that he was going to throw that pass to Bateman, and he's able to give his offense the ball back with an opportunity to cut this deficit down as Lamar has a man. It's Isaiah Likely. Owen Popo filling in for the injured Zaven Collins, not able to wrap him up and bring him down. And Isaiah Likely into the end zone just like that. A 17-0 lead heading into the second quarter has been trimmed to just 1 possession. Touchdown Baltimore, interception, touchdown Baltimore. Not what you want to see if you're an Arizona fan. Just 2.5 minutes. Now it's a 3-point game. They'll start things off on this next drive with Ty Davis-Price, who doesn't have a whole lot of room to work with. Just a gain of 2 there. 2nd and 8. You see they're going to flip the play around a little bit. Antonio Gibson now into the game, and he gets the give. And Gibson has some space. Gibson down to the 42-yard line, a 15-yard carry. And this run game's been working early and often for Arizona, the way that they like to run their script. Glenn Roberts here, going to fake it to Ty Davis-Price. Now, this looked like a similar play that he threw that interception on, but he finds Elijah Higgins this time down to the 42-yard line. A 16-yard gain there for the second-string tight end. As here we go, 1st and 10 across midfield. Rashad Bateman getting moved in motion there. And Ty Davis-Price going to get the stretch again looking left side. Gain of 4 there. bringing up a 2nd and 6 as time continues to tick away here in the second quarter. Here's Roberts, and he's going to air one deep to Chase Claypool, and he hits him in stride for the touchdown. Chase Claypool, not a big part of this offensive game plan most weeks, and we've seen Roberts overthrow too many of these deep balls. Finds Claypool this time, though, working against the veteran Humphrey. Working against the veteran Marlon Humphrey, and Roberts does hit him this time. They're back up to a 10-point lead as here we go. Cam Wilhelm bringing down Mark Andrews on the quick dump-off pass for a gain of 5. Now 2nd and 5. Lamar Jackson going to definitely have to look to respond on this possession. He's going to look right side for Hollywood Brown, but the ball is knocked out by Andrew Stinson, who's doing a good job on him so far. The second-year guard, Derek Youngblood, injured on the play. 3rd and 5, trying to set up the screen. Blitz was too far in his face, forcing a quick throw and an incompletion and a punt. Now 1st and 10, going to a 3 tight end look here for Arizona. The quick screen out to Rashad Bateman. He breaks a tackle. Rashad Bateman is off to the races. He jukes around Marcus Williams. Marlon Humphrey giving pursuit. Kyle Hamilton giving chase. No one will catch him. And Rashad Bateman, just one play and the touchdown. And look, he says, if you can't get me the ball in space, deep down the field, give me the ball, let me work. You know what I can do. Hollywood scoring against his former team earlier in the game. Now Rashad Bateman returning the favor. The rookie Golson not able to bring him down. And just like that, the lead has ballooned back to 17 points. It's 31-14 as Baltimore has the ball. They're going to hand off to Dobbins again, and J.K. Dobbins with space up the middle, gain of 12 as he's just a yard away from that 50-yard barrier. Now a fresh set of downs. That handoff to J.K. Dobbins. Again, he loses the ball, and Hollywood able to pick the ball up. Man, I'll tell you, recovering fumbles is not a strength of this team. We don't force them that often, and when we do, we rarely ever recover it. Now 2nd and 1. J.K. Dobbins has space working down the right side, and J.K. Dobbins with an 18-yard carry to put him up to 71 yards now on the ball game. Baltimore, last play before the 2-minute warning, looking left side, and just not a good piece of communication there between Lamar and his receiver. This time, though, he does find a man. It's Mark Andrews, leading to a 3rd and 4. And with 1:40 to go, Baltimore still has all 3 of those timeouts. We'll see what they call up here. It's going to be a quick one out right side. And again, OBJ unable to turn the corner and get that first down. Lewis Cine brings him down, and they'll again go for it. They've already made one today. We'll hope that they won't make another when they hand off J.K. Dobbins. And Dobbins looked like he had a lot of space there, but the space closed quickly. As you see quite a few Arizona jerseys getting in there to make sure he's not able to get across that line, and he won't do it. Arizona with a tough defensive stand, and they'll get the ball back here with 1:27 to go and 2 timeouts. They'll start things off with a draw play to Antonio Gibson. The delay does not fool Baltimore's defense. Gibson going to lose one there. Now 2nd and 11. Clock continuing to roll. Roberts gonna take a deep shot to Rashad Bateman, who has it, and he secures it through the contact of the rookie second-year corner Golson. Man, we don't see Glenn Roberts take a lot of shots up the middle of the field that look like they have a chance. That time it did. Rashad Bateman did the rest of it, holding on through it, through the contact, and setting up this offense now at the 33-yard line as they use their second timeout. Here's Roberts finding McBride in traffic. The rookie Drake shockingly in coverage there. Not a good matchup for him. You got a superstar X-Factor tight end against a defensive lineman, as here's Roberts looking for Trey McBride and would have had a walk-in touchdown. Not able to connect with him on this occasion. So now 2nd and 10. 30 seconds to go. Roberts, here he is, going to look left side. It's Elijah Higgins again, his second catch of the ball game. They're going to hurry things up to the line of scrimmage once again. 3rd and 1, still holding on to that one timeout. Looks like they want to get this first down to give themselves a shot, and they do just that. They're going to use that final timeout, and now with 7 seconds to go, anything you throw has to go into the end zone. With no timeouts remaining, Trey McBride being sent off the line out wide in the on the right slot. Here we go, 1st and goal. Roberts, he takes the snap, and Roberts immediately throwing for Rondale Moore. Roquan Smith right there as he catches it, but Rondale Moore, not to be deterred from holding on to that ball, gets into the end zone, and the demolition is on. It was 17-0 early. Baltimore with 2 quick touchdowns got it back to a 3-point game, and Arizona just continuing to do what they've done. And it will be halftime now out of that break or out of that touchdown. Arizona with a commanding 38-14 lead, nearly 200 yards on through the air, almost 100 on the ground. They are doing whatever they want to this Baltimore defense. But let's take a look and see what's going on around the league. In Indy, you got Houston visiting, and the Colts put a spanking on the Texans. Anthony Richardson, not a great game. Looks like they might have had a couple of backups get some rushing touchdowns in there. C.J. Stroud, only 84 yards and 2 interceptions, not looking good there. Minnesota in Washington, and it's Washington getting back up to 500. Sam Howell, just 9 completions, but the rest of the team uplifting him. Kyler Murray dropping to 1-5 now on the season, has not had a great run there with Minnesota so far. And as we take a look around, we see that we had a divisional clash there between the Rams and the Niners, and the Rams actually prevailed 31-21, giving the Niners their second loss of the season and their second divisional loss as well, which could be huge come the end of the season with tiebreakers and all of that. But here we go. Second half, Baltimore starting off with the ball. Lamar Jackson in the shotgun. He's going to fake it to J.K. Dobbins, and he's going to immediately throw into coverage. Jalen Thompson, who was spying Lamar Jackson, snuffed out that throw across the middle of the field to Hollywood Brown, who looked like he was going to have space to work with. Instead, Jalen Thompson snags it before it ever has the chance to make it to him. Sorry, not Marquise Brown. That was Zay Flowers. And Arizona picked off Lamar on his first pass of the first half, now picks him off on his first pass here in the second half. And they have the ball with just 24 yards to go to add even more to this lead as Rashad Bateman, wide open across the middle of the field, has a 23-yard gain down to the 1-yard line. And on 1st and goal, we know what Arizona likes to do in these situations. It's Ty Davis-Price, and good blocking up front gets him into the end zone for the Arizona touchdown, his first of the ball game, and the beatdown continues. Man, if anyone thought that this is the way that this game would go, I'd call them a liar. No one expected this game to be as one-sided as it's been, but Arizona looking to prove a point with a 45-14 lead now. So now Baltimore with a 31-point deficit. They're going to fake it with Lamar Jackson, and Lamar is going to be able to find Mark Andrews. Had pressure in his face. Cam Thomas was very, very close to finishing that off, but the speed and quickness of Lamar Jackson on display there. Now 2nd and 4, handoff to J.K. Dobbins, and B.J. Ojulari snuffing it out for a loss of 6. It'll be a 3rd and 10 now. Lamar Jackson, here we go, rolling out. He's going to take a deep shot there for Hollywood Brown, but Andrew Stinson all over it once again. His second interception of the game, and the 4th for Lamar Jackson here in this one. And this Baltimore offense is unraveling before our very eyes. 2 promising touchdown possessions to get them within 3 earlier in the second quarter. Now just complete discombobulation on that end. Andrew Stinson giving the ball back to his team once again on offense. As here we go, Ty Davis-Price in the backfield. They're going to give it to him on the stretch. cuts it inside for a gain of 7. Ty Davis Price just 8 carries in this ball game. And when you see us put up these amount of points, you typically expect to see Ty Davis Price somewhere in that 100 to 150 yard range. Not so this time, as the defense and Glenn Roberts, pretty good efficiency overall, have been catalysts in catapulting us to this point, as Antonio Gibson, nice run down to the 45-yard line, going back to that trips look on the right. See Trey McBride by himself in line. They're going to hand off to Davis Price again. Davis Price tries to duck his head down there. Not much space to find, just a gain of 4. So it'll be a 2nd and 6 now. At the 41-yard line in Baltimore territory, the fake to Ty Davis Price. Here's Roberts rolling left, and he has a man. Rondale Moore does have to extend for it, but is able to hold on to that one. Roberts, 12 for 17, 4 touchdowns in this game. It's been quite a while since we've seen this level of, consistency and efficiency from Glenn Roberts. Does have the interception, but, all can be forgiven. 2nd and 10 now. Back to the empty look. Here we go. Looks like they have 2 linebackers up there, maybe teasing a little bit of pressure. They do bring it, and Roberts gets it out quickly to Trey McBride, brought down there by Marcus Williams. So a 3rd and 1 now, and we'll see what Arizona has in store. They're going to read option with Glenn Roberts. In his first time really getting into that read option style play in this game, nearly goes for a touchdown down at the 1-yard line. And we've seen this story before. Ty Davis Price going to get into the end zone for the Arizona touchdown, his 2nd of the ball game. And if this game wasn't already over, surely that is the icing on the cake. Ty Davis Price, 2 easy walk-in touchdowns. Fantasy owners certainly loving the production from him today, getting those 2 easy scores. So now Baltimore back on offense. And I am just going to step out of break the fourth wall a little bit here, as you see J.K. Dobbins with a nice 15-yard carry. At this point, I was pretty much just fast tracking the game as far as the highlights that you're going to see. You see J.K. Dobbins, another really nice carry there. It's a 38-point game, and I just think that showing the plays the way that I generally would over the course of the game just don't really make a whole lot of sense here. I mean, we know Baltimore's not going to take out their starters. The Madden computer just doesn't do that. And, we weren't really pressed for as you see Jalen Johnson there. It's a big part of the reason why I said that. You see Hollywood in pursuit. We've seen Jalen Johnson get hawked down many times. He won't this time, though, and he has the 5th turnover of the game for Arizona. Make it all 3 corners now with an interception, and Jalen Thompson adding one as well, just to add to that lead, continuing to pile on. Quite honestly, there wasn't really a whole lot going on in this game. We'll see a few more clips from Baltimore, as here's Lamar Jackson in the shotgun, going to hand off to J.K. Dobbins once again. Story of the day, just not a whole lot of room. Now, he is over 100 yards on the ground, but it really hasn't meant too much, as they haven't been able to really finish those drives off. Here's Lamar trying to scramble out, looking to throw, but Lewis Seen all over it for the sack. And Lewis Seen, man, really, really good start here from him with his superstar abilities activated. And as you see, Baltimore just 228 yards as an offense, while Arizona at 375, just completely giving it to them any which way. Beginning of the 4th quarter, here's Lamar, finds Hollywood Brown, able to make the catch in traffic. Lamar, 13 for 22 for 143, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. As here's Lamar going to find a man again. It's Zay Flowers across the middle. Really good possession there really good snap there from them. Now 2nd and 5, bringing J.K. Dobbins across the formation. You see Lewis Seen sneaking up, and Lewis Seen going to decide to stay back in coverage. Mark Andrews holding on through a big hit in traffic, now down to the 33-yard line. And this is one of, if not their best possession of the game so far, as here on 2nd and 4, you see Hollywood Brown finding inside leverage on Andrew Stinson. Didn't want to be shown up too much by his counterpart. as J.K. Dobbins here getting the give on 1st and goal down to the 3. Hollywood has won a few reps, but I'd certainly say that our defensive back room has done a much better job this game than they did the last time around containing Hollywood. Jalen Johnson, of course, the primary guy on him that first game around. This time, Stinson, who can match Hollywood nearly for speed, has the size to really bother him. And a nice 3rd down stop there going to be lead to a field goal for Baltimore, as you see Roberts missing Higgins there wide open on the sideline. And now just under 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. 2nd and 2. Here's Lamar. Drops back, finds a wide open Mark Andrews, and Mark Andrews has a really nice gain there down to the 48-yard line, a 16-yarder there as Lamar over 200 yards now on the game. 2:18 to go. Here's Lamar again in the shotgun, and you see he's going to find a man. It's Zay Flowers there on the left side, able to hold on through the contact. 2nd and 10 now out of the 2-minute warning. Here's Lamar finding a man. He's going left side again, does hit Flowers again, and he's going to have a nice gain of 21 down to the 13-yard line, breaking a tackle and then fighting to stay in bounds until he's ultimately pushed out. Now 1:50 to go. Here's Lamar, and wide open across the middle. Zay Flowers finishing it off. Deserved that touchdown for this drive and what he's done, but that would bring the ball game to a close. Arizona just stepping on the necks of Baltimore from the very first kickoff. I mean, Antonio Gibson taking that opening kick for a touchdown, and they never looked back. Led wire to wire, literally wire to wire, thanks to that kickoff return touchdown. And I'd say that all of those feelings of negativity built up in that Philly game have been somewhat exercised here against Baltimore with a 35-point victory. You see, the total offense ended up only being about 20 yards of difference, but a lot of that was garbage time in the 4th quarter. We really were running super vanilla offensively after that point. +4 turnover differential for Arizona. Baltimore going just 1 of 9 on 3rd down. Really hard to win ball games that way. Glenn Roberts, man, 15 of 25, 299, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. By far his best game of the season so far. 60% completion rate is not something we're used to seeing. Again, did throw the 1 pick, but you can live with that. Lamar Jackson just unacceptable. Did throw 3 touchdowns, but 1 was in garbage time and threw 5 interceptions as well. J.K. Dobbins going over 100 on the ground. Rashad Bateman 4 for 159 in the score. Zay Flowers 4 catches on that last drive after pretty much nothing the whole game. And you see Rondale Moore certainly did not get that goal that he was looking for. Just 2 catches, 20 yards though, and did score. Lewis Cine there, 10 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a sack. How about that, man? Lewis Cine, he's certainly acting like he's playing for a contract this year. 2 picks for Stinson, 1 for Harris, 1 for Jalen Johnson and Jalen Thompson. Cam Wilhelm with the only forced fumble of the day, and of course Jalen Johnson getting that pick 6. BJ Ojulari now back up for an upgrade. Going to go ahead and put that into the run stopper. +1 block shed there. Love to see that. And it is now going to be Tennessee in week 7. Another home game against a less than convincing AFC opponent, as Tennessee currently sits at 2-4. Now, we just played a 4-loss AFC team in Baltimore, but there's going to be a different set of problems in this game against Tennessee. We know what Derrick Henry means to this offense, to this team, what he's meant for the last few years, and he's certainly showing little signs of slowing down, just a little bit, but he's very, very good still. One of the top backs in the league, even up to this point. And as you see, their top threat going to be Jeffrey Simmons. And we saw what Philly was able to do with a game-wrecking interior player. They had 2 of them in Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. And with the 49ers losing, we now have a 1.5 game cushion because we, of course, did already beat San Francisco back in week 1. We see if you take a look there, right out of the trade deadline in week 9, we will have San Francisco again. So depending how these next 2 weeks go, man, that could be a huge ball game. But thank you as always for tuning in, man. I really hope y'all did enjoy. Again, I know I kind of broke the fourth wall a little bit. I don't normally tend to do that, but man, that game was just a blowout. But hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day, man. Be sure to like and subscribe should you feel so inclined, and peace.